The concept of a satanic New World Order is a conspiracy theory that suggests a group of powerful individuals and organizations are working together to create a one-world government that would control every aspect of people's lives. Some proponents of this theory believe that the idea of global warming is a fabrication created by this group to manipulate and control the population. According to this narrative, the Satanic New World Order is using the threat of climate change to impose their agenda on the world, restricting individual freedoms and creating a totalitarian regime. The idea that global warming is a hoax has been debunked by the overwhelming majority of the scientific community. Climate change is a well-documented phenomenon that has been extensively studied and researched by experts in various fields, including atmospheric science, oceanography, and geology. The evidence for human-caused global warming is clear and compelling, with rising global temperatures, melting glaciers, and altered ecosystems all pointing to a significant impact of human activities on the environment. However, conspiracy theorists argue that the Satanic New World Order is using global warming as a pretext to implement their agenda. They claim that the goal is to create a global government that would have control over all aspects of life, including economy, politics, and social issues. This government would be run by a small elite group of individuals who would make decisions on behalf of the population without their consent or input. The theorists believe that the fear of climate change is being used to justify the implementation of policies that would restrict individual freedoms, such as carbon taxes, strict regulations on industry and transportation, and even population control measures. One of the main arguments put forward by conspiracy theorists is that the science behind global warming is flawed or manipulated. They claim that climate scientists are either incompetent or corrupt, and that the data they use to support their theories is falsified or cherry-picked. However, this argument is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of the scientific process. Scientific research is a rigorous and transparent process that involves peer review, replication, and open debate. The evidence for global warming is based on multiple lines of evidence, including temperature records, melting glaciers, and shifts in the distribution of plants and animals. Another argument made by conspiracy theorists is that the proposed solutions to climate change, such as renewable energy and carbon pricing, are part of a larger plan to control the economy and restrict individual freedoms. They claim that these policies would lead to higher energy costs, job losses, and a decline in living standards. However, the transition to a low-carbon economy is a complex and multifaceted process that requires a range of policies and technologies. While it is true that some of these policies may have costs and challenges, they are also essential for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and mitigating the worst impacts of climate change. In conclusion, the idea that the Satanic New World Order is using global warming as a pretext to control the population is a baseless conspiracy theory with no credible evidence to support it. The scientific consensus on climate change is clear, and the evidence for human-caused global warming is overwhelming. While it is true that some of the policies proposed to address climate change may have costs and challenges, they are essential for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and creating a more sustainable future. Rather than relying on conspiracy theories and misinformation, we should focus on having a nuanced and evidence-based discussion about the best ways to address climate change and create a more equitable and sustainable world. The spread of misinformation and conspiracy theories about climate change can have serious consequences, including delaying or preventing action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the impacts of climate change. It is essential to promote critical thinking and media literacy and to support fact-based information and credible sources. By working together to address the challenge of climate change, we can create a more sustainable and equitable future for all.